Hi, I'm Patricia, and recently I've been wanting to get my life kind of back in order, especially since, I don't know, with this pandemic and going to school. I'm approaching my last semester of my bachelor's degree, and yes, it has been hard. I just don't know what to say. It's just been ridiculously hard to keep up with everything and have like a social life and like great connections and maintain relationship and a balanced, healthy mental health. Now that finals is over, grades are in, I haven't looked at it. What happened happens. That's my motto, but I think that I wanted to get back into it. And I was scrolling through Pinterest, as I frequently do. Best app, in my opinion, next to YouTube. And I saw vision boards. I've never done a vision board. I've had the materials. And I wanted to know more about vision boards and like actually how did it create? How was it like created? Like was it just a bunch of girls putting pictures on, like teenage girls? Because teenage girls be creating a lot of stuff, putting things and they're like, oh my god, great collages, you know? Was it just a really cool collage? A vision board is a vision, they're also called the vision/dream boards. They kind of called the same thing, but I'm just gonna refer to them as vision boards. And vision boards is a board that has a collage or collection of images, pictures, and affirmations of one's dreams, desires, that is designed to serve as a source of inspiration and motivation. But there's also criticism with it. This is really just from wiki. And it could be counterproductive because it could just kill an afternoon or leave people daydreaming and not putting any action behind these vision boards. So they're like, you know, just kind of call it collage. So I wanted to create one because kind of like manifestation. So there's many different definitions of the word manifest, but the one that we most commonly understand through social media is something that is put into your physical reality through thought, feelings, and beliefs, which is us saying positive affirmations every day, or maybe even talking ourselves down from like a mental hang of like if we look at what our goals are every day, we're gonna believe it instead of looking at like written words that, I don't know, I zone out if I see a ton of written words. I haven't read a real book in years. Not proud of myself. I mean, I read one book last year. That was my goal for the quarantine. But a real book in years, you know. I thought it would be a better way than looking at a bunch of words all day. Then I went on a wormhole on the origins of vision boards or this manifestation thing. And I know manifestation is kind of spiritual, kind of not, it's kind of like the law of attraction. So I kind of focus more, I kind of glance over the spiritual stuff in aspects related to vision boards. I didn't really go into manifestation, that whole general area, but it was just like, does it have any connection to vision boards or connection to seeing images, kind of compared to saying sayings every day. A quick Google search through the first page, you'll come up with like connections to law of attraction and Buddhism. So the Buddhism aspect is kind of connected to the desire and attachment, which inevitably leads to suffering. Like, I think there was a popular thing going around that's like, I want happiness. It's like, take out I, that's ego. Take out want, that's desire. What are you left with? Happiness. So that's not really Buddhism. That was kind of a misrepresentation of the ideology of suffering and desire. With further research, I found out that The connection to law of attraction or manifesting is the teaching of mindfulness. And with mindfulness is being able to recognize tension, pain, and stress in our body so that we could have more clarity, energy, and strength to address certain situations or problems that we may face. But in aspects of law of attraction, this was actually pretty interesting. It goes back to the early 19th century with this man called Phineas Quimbley, who was a clockmaker, mentalist, no, not that one, and a mesmerin, which is a hypnotist now, mesmerizing, I suppose. And he was diagnosed with TB at some point of his life. I didn't really get that. And to relieve his symptoms, he went on horseback riding, which kind of seems counterproductive because I have not been on a horse ever or know much about horses. I didn't watch it like one or two horse things on Netflix passively. But I think that's a lot of like breathing. Maybe not, but I also could be wrong. But it was something that he just liked to do, and I guess that's something that was common back then, especially if you had status, which I think he was, because he was a famous mesmerin or hypnotist. I mean. He said that when he went on these rides, he felt a lot better. And it also could help that he just liked going on it. It was his favorite thing to do. So this kind of put him into kind of question the whole mind over body thing. He had a quote that said, "The trouble is in the mind, for the body is the only house for the mind to dwell in, and we put a value on it according to its worth. Therefore, if your mind has been deceived by some invisible enemy into disbelief, you have to put it into the form of a disease with or without your knowledge." But the first time the words law of attraction was used was with this Russian scientist, I believe, Helena Blavatsky. But the context was alluding to attractive power existing between elements of spirit. So it's kind of like, you know how we all put in like same schools, we're all like different environments, different backgrounds, but we kind of get thrown into the same schools and you find your clique. Eventually, you just attracted to certain things, like you find your sports clique because you guys all love soccer or whatever. This was really popularized with the early 2000s movie and then book, The Secret. It was written that neither the film and the book has any basis in scientific reality and the ugly premise, which brings kind of to the arguments or the problem with this law of attraction. The problem is that it kind of makes it feel like it's your fault if things happen to you. And it kind of forces on toxic positivity. The common themes that I see through manifestation, vision boards, and law of attraction is that certain people attract certain energies, and words have their own energies as well. It's like leaving that small area you grew up in, the same people every day, and going to a new college or a new city or whatever, and having access to all these different people. But there's so many different energies that you could possibly collide with or connect with. So you do things that would attract people that you like, which is like join to certain clubs, being part of certain organizations to find that click. So it's not only the energies, but it's your intention with that. It's like trying to find that community actively instead of just waiting for it to fall into your lap. So what I want my manifestation board to be is a combination of law of attraction, vision boards, and manifesting. Certain aspects of this is going to be an action board, which is what was recommended in the vision board wiki. Action board is kind of like put these things into action. To put these things into action, in my next video, I'll be going over how to actually do that and my method of doing that. Another aspect would be reminder of goals in the future, especially when you get caught up in the now, like the drag of the everyday now. And it will be a collage, of course. It's gonna be beautiful, but my collage is gonna be huge. I don't think, if you don't have the space, don't do it. I not only have the space, I have the time. And the scheduling aspect, which is like, we're gonna be putting this into our calendars and weekly planners. I mean, I use a paper planner because I will ignore messages on my phone all the time. How many unread emails do I have? That's one of the things I'm gonna attack. So I'm so glad you guys were able to make it through this video with me. Let me know how you feel about it. If you're interested in it, other things that you know, or find out, we can share the knowledge. And check out my next video. Bye. Side note, dunks. I don't know about you, but I'm from New England, babe.